People love to get offended. That's why I love my gardener, Bernardo, because he doesn't get offended like white people do. Like if I assumed he liked tequila, my sister would be like, why? Because he's Mexican. But Bernardo would be like, why? You got some? The last thing on his mind is racism. I asked him if he deals with any bigotry. He said, nah, only little trees. Nothing phases him. I could be like, Bernardo, the apocalypse is coming. He'd be like, the what? The world is ending. He'd be like, oh. So, did you pay me now or no?
This comedian is named Quinn Dale. Dare I say he is an anti-woke comedian. Link to his channel and tour dates in the description down below.
If you're against guns, consider this. Gun violence kills 30,000 people each year. So they should take away our guns, right? Car crashes kill 55,000. Should they take away our Asians?
Always with the little twists at the end. There's a cardinal rule in comedy. If you're making fun of races, you have to make fun of all of them. Everybody gets some. White, Asian, black, Latino, you name it.
It's no secret that some Asian people have trouble with the letter L. I was talking politics with a Chinese guy, and he was like, what do you think of this erection? I said, that's a hard one. Let's say you call a white person, might sound something like this.
Hello, please leave a message after the tone.
Let's say you call a Mexican person, might sound something like this.
I used to work at an auto body shop and there's always Mexican music playing, and we used to play a game of when the trumpet would come in.
Let's say you call a black person, might sound like this.
Phone's been disconnected. Is that the joke? Is that the joke? I don't know.
This is why I left California. I couldn't go to a Walmart without getting harassed. Like, hey, excuse me, can I get some money? Huh? Can you give me something to eat? I was like, you know what? Get a job, okay? Have some self-respect. And don't give me the whole, whoa, that's not how you talk to your wife.
Sometimes you can sound racist accidentally. For example, my Spanish isn't great, but I have a house that I rent out to a big Mexican family. And one time they called me because they have roaches. So I called a local Mexican-owned pest control company, Spanish speakers. And I said, ¿Puedes rociar para mexicanos? Which apparently means, can you spray for Mexicans? Some words aren't even racist, but you still can't say them. I'll give you an example. If you react, you're a actor. Okay. If you research, you're a
searcher.
Okay. If you renege, you're a We should have a Mexican president, man. I look at my gardener. He's the hardest worker I've ever met. I'd like
Bernardo
to ask his opinion on things. I was like, Bernardo, what do you think about inflation? Food's out of control. No one should go to sleep hungry. He was like, then stay up. Work a night shift or something.
I think he was married to a Mexican for a while, so his Latino accent is actually spot on.
What are you, man? Can I ask?
Oh, yeah, sure. Indian.
Indian?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Did I say that right? You're Mexican, right? A little bit?
Mexican, Japanese.
Mexican what?
Japanese.
Mexican and Japanese. That's got to be a weird accent, right? Costa! What's going on with you, sister? You're something, huh? Filipino. Oh, all right. What Kaiser do you work at? What's her name, ma'am? May I ask your number?
Angelica.
Angelica, very nice. What's that?
Angelica.
Oh, sorry. Okay, got it. It's the same name. I got no problem with liberals. My problem is libtards.
Yeah.
They'll say, like, why do you need a gun? Because I live in a bad neighborhood, okay? Not fantasy land. That's the difference between me and a libtard. Like, if someone broke into my house, I'd be like, hey, put your hands up. A libtard would be like, hey, Put your mask on. Black people sound cooler because everything's just shorter, right? Right? Like a white person will be like, all right, all right. Black person? Right. No. You look black from up here. I should have known he's got a golf hat on. I've never had that happen before. You know it's I, right? Yeah. So one time the black guy, affirmative.
White lady knows.
A lot of white people are afraid to laugh at racial jokes because of white guilt, but they're just jokes. I have no white guilt. My ancestors didn't own any slaves, so why should I feel bad about something I missed out on? Tuck that butt crack in, sister.
She's always done that, and I'm her mother. She always tells me that's how she breathes.
I think that's called a fart.
That's how she breathes.
These ones look alike, too. Holy smokes. You twins?
No.
Oh, good. 'Cause I was going to say, can you feel it when...
Quinn has no filter, man.
Just in time. Welcome back. Your mom says you got some ventilation issues. Call an HVAC guy or something for that. Okay, so you're all sisters, right? Okay. Your mom and sister. So you're all sisters. All right. You came out, you look a little different than them. What's going on?
We all got your red hair.
What? You guys got different dads.
No, they're all the same dad. But he's an
Okay, good. That's what you told them? Cool.
I think some of the things that you're saying.
Yeah, just sit down.
Okay.
They're me.
Can I tell you something, lady? Can I? Hold on.
Sit down. Go take a hike.
Okay, lady, can I tell you something? If you're easily offended, don't go to a comedy show.
Yes, thank you.
Bitch, there's the door.
They didn't come to hear you, they came to hear us. I think what people lose sight of is the fact that these are just jokes, okay? What we say up here is not to be taken seriously, okay? You'd be amazed. Like, some people have the audacity to call me a racist when my wife is Mexican. It's like, how could I be racist when I'm married to a lower race? Why don't you answer me that? There are certain words that white people cannot say, like the N-word. And there are certain words that black people cannot say, like the word ask.
Let me ask you something. Why is it always the white women that are getting offended for other races? The black guy likes it, man. Everybody's chilling except for Karen in the background here.
So it's okay. Even your husband's like, come on, Bernice. I bet you're fun at parties. Holy lady. Let's get her a shot. I mean, charge her for it, but get her the damn shot. Yeah, he brought her a shot. Thank you, bro. Come on, Karen, let's do it. They say, why go out for hamburger if you have steak at home?
Right.
Yeah, well, what if your steak has a fucking attitude problem? You've heard the saying, happy wife, happy life. There's no saying like that for us, right, fellas? Happy hubby if she don't get chubby. Black people, you guys are awesome, man. What's your name, man? May I ask?
Tyrone.
Tyrone, of course it is, man. Yeah. My biggest hero was Martin Luther King, ladies and gentlemen. Right. He was the best speaker ever. A lot of people don't know Martin Luther King was actually a salesman before he was an activist. Yep. Can you imagine that? You knew that, right? He must have been the greatest salesman ever. Are you tired of your vacuum cleaner? One time some white lady came up to me after the show and she goes, "Hey, I didn't like those jokes about black people." I was like, "Lady, I can tell. You don't know shit about black people." She was like, "Oh, yes, I do. I love rapping music." I was like, "Then you should know bitches ain't shit." The governor of California wants to swear in illegal immigrants as police officers.
This is true.
Can you imagine getting pulled over by an illegal alien? Do you have a driver license? No. Oh, me too. One time, some white lady in the front row got triggered because I called a black guy brother. I was like, "You don't understand. I call every guy brother." She was like, "Then why don't you call me sister?" I was like, "Because you're not black." Stupid. I couldn't believe it. I think men and women are equal. Women are doing all the same jobs now. I was waiting to board a flight recently, and I noticed that the pilot was a female, which I thought was cool. I'd never seen a woman fly a plane. I mean, I didn't actually see her fly the plane, because obviously I caught a different flight, but I just thought it was cool. Latinos, you guys react differently to certain things. Like when I asked my wife to marry me, most women start crying. "Oh my God, are you serious?" Not my wife, she's Mexican. I was like, "Will you marry me?" "When?" "Because you know I work nights, Quinn." My wife's first language is Spanish, so she still has trouble pronouncing my name. Like, my name is Quinn Dale, but she pronounces it pinche joto.
In English, I believe that translates to effing fag.
If you see a big black guy coming toward you on the sidewalk, he's probably just walking by. But if you see an Asian guy coming toward you on the sidewalk, he's probably driving. You guys are Mexican, right? De donde eres? Where are you from? Utah.
Represent Utah. Do the U here.
What are you running from, Pedro? But you're not from there. I will guarantee you're not from there. You're from LA probably, right? Somewhere?
Actually from California.
Hey, if anyone is from California thinking about moving to Utah, don't come here. It's awful. Inversion, gang crimes, everybody's getting shot everywhere. Just don't come. Just don't come.
Okay, what part, man? Oh, you know Hector? Yeah, I was married to a Mexican girl for 11 years, so I know, you know, what you're going through, you know what I mean? What's your name, ma'am, can I ask?
Karen.
None of this adds up. What'd you do before this? We were at synagogue. You're married to an actual Karen. God, do you call her that during sex? You like that, Karen? Would you write a blog about that? I grew up in a pretty white suburb, but in junior high, they bussed us across town to be integrated with black kids from the inner city. After the first day, my mom was like, "Did you make some new friends?" I was like, "Ain't none of your goddamn business." I learned this too. Black kids mature way faster than white kids. And I was like the last kid to hit puberty, so I got made fun of a lot. Like I remember one time in gym class in the shower, I was washing my clit, and what do you look for in a guy?
Definitely has to pay on the date.
Okay, so you're a prostitute. And what else? Where are you from, maybe?
Italia.
We call it Italy, but that's it. So what's your story, sir? You got a wife at home somewhere?
No, I don't. I'm all on myself. I'm looking for something young and pretty.
Why is he looking at that dude while he's saying it?
By the way you were looking at him, we can tell you're not racist. This is the first time he's been uncomfortable all night. You can't say black person, it's person of color. You can't say woman, it's female. You can't say gay man, it's flight attendant. I can't keep up. Most people choose to raise their own kids, but I'm proud to say that my kids were adopted, which is something I am proud of, you guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. They were adopted, and honestly, I don't miss them. No, it's just a joke, man. No, we had to put them down, but yeah, they were... Political correctness is killing comedy, you guys. It is. It's always white people that want to correct you, right? He's not black, he's African American. Or he's not Hispanic, he's Mexican American. Or he's not Asian, he's Chinese American. You know only Americans do that?
Yeah.
Like I know a black guy that lives in China. They don't call him an African Chinaman. They call him King Kong. People who've experienced true adversity don't get offended. I was talking to some black dude with no legs. I said, what happened? He said, my parents were black. Vietnamese people sound a little sarcastic when they talk. Like I was at Walmart the other day and the greeter was Vietnamese. I didn't feel very welcome. She was like, welcome to Walmart. I was like, dude. I don't get white people who talk like they're black. They all got the same story, don't they? They grew up around black people. So, I grew up with cats. I'm not like... Facts offend people. Here's one that's not popular. Jews control everything. Mm-hmm. Everything. Yes. For example, and you can Google this. Did you know that every single synagogue... Mexicans are survivors. A buddy of mine is Mexican, and his daughter grew up with all these health problems. And for a while they were worried, but by the grace of God, she just celebrated her 21st pregnancy.
You can't tell who's a man or woman, you know? I can always tell by what they're wearing. Like a biological woman would never wear a condom. Like, you know what I mean?
One time I got pulled over by a black cop. He said, why'd you run that red light? I said, because officer, I don't see color.
Using that next time.
I think we're ready for a female president. Think about it, man. We could take over any country and leave with half their shit. Nowadays, women can be anything men can be. Doctors, lawyers, men. Mexicans can fix anything. My gardener can fix anything if he understands me. Like one time I was like, hey, while you're here, my dishwasher won't work. He was like, okay, let me talk to him. Mexicans are the hardest workers on the planet. Did you guys know Mexicans actually built the pyramids? You know how we know that? No permits. A good friend of mine is a black neurosurgeon with a beautiful wife, 3 awesome kids. Even though all his life he was told he's dumb, he's ugly, no black kid could ever be a surgeon. And thank God, he didn't believe me. We're hypocrites, man. Like, we'll laugh our asses off when a black comic makes fun of us, but if I tell a joke about black people, we're afraid to laugh. For example, see how quiet that got? For example, I got a great joke about black people being late, but I don't want to offend them, so I do it at the beginning. I know some of you liberals are like, Quinn, black people are not late. Look around, they're still not here. Where are your kids at, man?
You got them farmed out.
You got them farmed out? Are they telemarketers in India? What are we talking about? Where are your kids at? You guys got kids. They're all grown up. Good for them. They're in Seattle? Yeah, where they belong. Liberals. That's where you send them. If they're really bad, send them to Portland. You didn't think I'd be like this, right? You can't even tell I'm trans. Got a little pussy in here. Why don't you farm that out? Black people watch a horror movie like they're watching a football game. Run! He's gonna get you! Damn, ain't this about a... White people talk in movie theaters too. It's just different. Black people are like, watch out! We're like, yeah, there's some black people in there. Yes, it's an emergency. To black people, everything is a conversation. So we saw this duck talking about quack, quack. They're going cat talking about meh. She always be ringing my doorbell talking about ding dong. At Home Depot, hey, you got them little doorstop things? You know what I'm saying? Like if you bump your toe, they be talking about. I appreciate diversity. A lot of black people are moving into my neighborhood. And I think it's great. It gives me hope. I didn't think I'd ever be able to afford a house. A little-known fact, a lot of German people settled in Mexico. So now there are Mexicans with blonde hair and pale skin. Yeah, the technical term is Wiener Schnitzel. I don't know. I got pulled.
Oh, Wiener Schnitzel. Oh.
I got pulled over on the way here, and I got out of it because I'm a comedian. He goes, tell me a joke. I said, vote for Kamala. Most white women are totally cool, but there's always one or two that are offended. And that's a choice, not a condition. If you're easily offended, ask your doctor if staying the home is right for you. Most black people are pretty easygoing, okay? Most. Not my buddy Lamar. I can tell he's offended when he tells me he's grown. I'm a grown-ass man, Quinn. It could happen at any time. At the doctor, height and weight, I'm a grown-ass man. Don't ever tell him to put his seatbelt on. He doesn't like that. I'm a grown-ass man. Sir, this is a roller coaster, okay? You want a lollipop? I'm a grown-ass man. But if a collection agency calls him, this is just a little kid. I'm underage over here. I get a lot of hate online. One guy compared me to Hitler. I was like, wow, you really think a few jokes could draw a crowd like that? No one calls black people racist.
Yep.
That's why if I'm on the phone with a black person in customer service, I talk like I'm black too. That way if things go south, they don't know I'm white. The f*** you think you talking to? I swear to God. You better ask somebody. Yeah, home. Mexicans are tough people. Like, you ever notice you've never met a Mexican with a food allergy?
Have you?
Like one time, I wanted to buy some tacos for my gardener, and I was like, do you have any food allergies? He was like, what? I was like, are you allergic to anything? He was like, I'm allergic to cats. If that's all they have. Maybe a little. What do you do for real, though?
I run some newspapers.
You run some newspapers. Okay. Do you know that they don't have newspapers anymore? Yeah, I'm a milkman. Just getting away from the wives this weekend?
I'm a widower.
You're a widower. Well, we're going to get you laid tonight, sir. How about that? What's that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Are you willing to make a donation?
Been there, done that.
You talking about You can do it more than just the one time, you know that, right? You want to have No, I did it a couple years ago. Not for me. And he's dead. I tried to start a dog walking business, but there's too much competition. Then I saw some fat girl walking a cat, and I thought, hey, that could be my business. Walking fat girls. This is the first time in history that people are actually ashamed to be white. I'm proud of my culture. I believe there's only one superior race. NASCAR.
I don't think people should be proud of the color of their skin because you don't choose that. But yeah, be proud of your culture.
You guys together, man.
Together for 12, married for 2.
Yeah, don't rush into it. Get to know each other. Is it like your second or third marriage? Did he tell you what happened with his last one? Yeah. What's that?
She passed away.
She passed away? Well, that's my time, you guys. Thanks for coming out. You guys are like, dig your way out of that hole, mother. Well, did you have something to do with it? Better not piss him off, man. If he wants a BJ, you give it. Is the still good? You still banging it out?
I'll never tell.
You would never tell? Or you can't tell?
Okay. That's good.
I don't get people who move to the U.S. and don't speak English.
Right.
Learn the language! I wouldn't move to Canada if I didn't speak Indian. Black audiences are great. They're not easy. At first they're like, I don't know about this motherfucker just yet. One time I did a joke about black kids with no fathers, and this black dude goes, hey, my son has a father. I was like, good. Have you met him? I did a show for all black women. I couldn't even get a joke out. They just kept yelling, take it off! Take it off! That's the last time I wear a white hood. It's hard to find a woman with morals nowadays.
Yeah.
Some girl on OnlyFans slept with 100 guys in a day.
This is true.
Then she wanted to break the record with 1,000, but she changed her mind because obviously she didn't want to look like a slut. People are so easily offended nowadays. When did we get so soft? Listen, my grandfather killed 62 Japanese men and then went off to war.
I appreciate y'all being here. That's a little weird. What else is going on? Not a real strict admission policy here, is there? What is this all about? Can I ask, sir? Is it?
He is an emotional support pet for veterans.
He's an emotional. Does he know this?
Even veterans aren't safe.
And the dog also attracts beautiful women.
Oh! Yeah, just not tonight. Okay.
When a woman tells you her problems, she doesn't want a solution. She just wants you to listen.
Yep.
Right, ladies? Yeah. Well, one time my ex-wife and I were having dinner. She goes, I'm choking. I said, I hear you. It didn't happen this time, but I do believe we will have a female president at some point. It's right in the Bible. They're called the end times.
Anyway, what do you think about Quinn Dale? What was your favorite joke? And do we need more offensive comedy like this nowadays? Quinn's channel and tour dates are linked down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Conservative Vibes. I'm CV, and I'll see you in the next video.